so lonely. If you leave me, let me down slowly. Let me down.
The transfer fee has been paid. The Nigerian prince comes through, and you actually get your 67 meters. How do you spend it? 1. Spread the money into other accounts and close the original. 2. Don't tell a soul. Stress daily that I'm going to be killed. Don't tell anyone. Throw some of it into a few properties over a few years, some to my family and some into index funds. Probably would keep about 300k in cash just in case. Buy 67 million things at the dollar store.
You'll need at least 2 bags for that.
Our technical truth.
Tell no one. Set up a double-blind trust. Withdraw to a year. Put rest in target funds in IRAs. Withhold the entire one as taxes. Get tax refund. Spend post-tax money. Invest in Roth and go on vacation. Pay off debt and move to a super apartment. And go solicit one hooker. Give 15 to charity and I'd what I'll do with the rest of the 66,999,985. I would try to help the homeless that wanted to be helped. I would buy an apartment building with an office staffed by a psychologist, nutritionist, and a career advisor. There will be around 40 furnished apartments. There would also be a cafeteria where 3 healthy meals per day were provided. We would help them get a high school education if needed or vocational training. We would provide this service for up to 2 years per person/family. There will be an initial interview and progress evaluations along the way. The more that I think about this, the more that I realize what I'm describing is a halfway house. So be it.
I found him. Keanu Reeves.
If I ever get that kind of money, I'm giving you a call.
A good chunk goes to personal computer gaming setup. The rest goes in a savings account and I live the rest of my life normally till I retire. I'm not letting money change my social life. I would move out and buy an apartment somewhere. Find someone to help me invest my money and manage it properly. Come out to my family and then change my name. Give my partner enough money that she can finish her undergrad degree and go to grade school without having to work so much. Finish undergrad and then go to grade school in England like I've been planning on doing. Get all the tattoos that I've been wanting to get. Help my partner immigrate here so we could finally get married and live together. Adopt a senior dog from a shelter so I can give them a good rest of their life before they cross the Rainbow Bridge. Pay off awful student loans that otherwise I'll have until I die. Buy a house in the US and one in my favorite country. Give each family member a good amount of money. Small family. Donate some. Maybe give some to my alma mater for scholarships since I was a recipient during nursing school. Invest some. Save some. Oh, and I dropped a part-time or maybe per diem at work. I'll immediately call my dad because he's the economics guy. He'll know how to invest nicely in a house, so I have to pay taxes like once instead of 3 times. Yes, they can tax you multiple times for the same money if you spend it unwisely. I think he'll just mostly buy a nice house that's in a calm and nature environment. Some nice good furniture. A natural pool in the yard. An amazing game room with every console and a beamer and surround sound. A small camper van for my holidays. I will also buy several dogs from the pound who can all run around in my yard. and I would like to have a nice wedding, so he'll put some money aside for that. Other than that, he'll just give the money to environmental sciences, suicide watch, gay rights movements and such. I guess I might try to set up some operation to get the Mexican Americans out of those awful border camps. Invest it entirely in mutual funds. Say a conservative return rate is 6% return per year. Live off the dividends.
Put it in trust first. No tax, mate.
I know this is totally petty, but in the last few months I've been dealing with a lot of BP people trying to treat me BP. So I'd use it to get some good old-fashioned revenge. Very immature, but oh well. Sometimes you gotta help karma along. Pay off all of my debt and those of my parents/in-laws. Rent a cruise ship and invite anyone that means something to me on a voyage. Purchase a new home for myself and new vehicles for my immediate family members. Donate to animal shelters and veterans programs. Invest some of it and stash the rest away. I only want the simple things. The transfer is going to an offshore trust, which then hires me to be a domestic asset manager for a decent salary. I turn around and direct the trust to offer to buy the homes of everyone in my family for cash, then allow them to live there rent-free. Additionally, the trust is hiring a non-crappy property management company that will very occasionally send out a cleaning crew to ensure each property is up to snuff, as well as make sure that appliances are in working order, any repairs are made, the grass is mowed, etc., and possibly subcontract the function to the family members living there. A percentage will be used to purchase real estate around those homes and sell or lease them to ensure that their collective property values don't decrease. Some may be needed to purchase and demolish poorly maintained property to create and maintain small private parks. The remainder gets a good amount invested in index funds and is used to pay for scholarships to ensure that anyone in the family who wants to attend school may do so without worrying about money. Not that I've given such a ludicrous situation any actual thought. 1 million goes to a non-profit that I work with. 9 million gets put into an account for that non-profit as it grows. I'd grow the money first with stocks, bonds, mutual funds until that point. I would pay off all my friends' debt, but I would do it through a dummy corporation so none of them would know I was rich. I mean, paying off houses and everything. Despite this, that is probably only 300,000 at most. I'd buy new laptops and TVs and phones for all my friends, and they would get those through a third-party organization too, also for my students at school. That'd be about 200,000 tops. That puts me at about 54,500,000, so it'd put about 4.5 million in Bitcoin, 3 million in cash safe, 3 million in multiple savings accounts at banks. That'd put me at 44 million. I'd give about 4 million to my parents, so that would put me at 40 million. I'd put 20 million in the stock market. I'd invest 5 million in projects and specific stock investments. I'd put 5 million and buy different properties as safe houses, some in different countries, some with fallout shelters, and purchase food and stuff to put in them. That puts 10 million left. With the remaining, I'd probably start a limited profit organization and a non-profit organization to do several things in the area, and to also work to help people in the third world through the development of businesses and through providing toilets and simple technology and infrastructure. First, retain a really good attorney, because there's definitely some shady beat going down if some guy just gave me $67 million.
No. Accountant. Step 2 is attorney. Some shady beat may have happened, but either way you gotta give up a cut.
So much of it is going to be lost to tax. Better send it to an offshore account. But who can you trust? Maybe it's time to rely on the kindness of strangers. Send out a few emails and some lucky individual will be able to hold onto it for you for a percentage of the earnings.
Maybe the Nigerian prince knows someone?
Send it back to him to be your offshore account.